Baseball Show is presented by BetMGM. Use promo code JustBaseball and start betting with the king of sportsbooks. On today, Thursday, June 29th, Jack McMullen, Peter Apple, Ryan Finkelstein. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through a snake draft type thing to put together the all-star pitching staffs. There are 8 starter spots and 4 reliever spots in each league. We have 3 people. We're all about making things even. So we're going to draft 9 starting pitchers in each league, 6 relievers in each league. So we each get 2 picks in the bullpen and 3 picks in the starting rotation. So we're going to snake through AL starter, AL reliever, NL reliever. And this is going to be massive, and you're going to know who the all-star caliber pitchers are. But Peter Apple, this show is brought to us by a certain awesome sportsbook.
Yes, it is. So sign up and deposit into your newly created account on BetMGM while using promo code JustBaseball. Download the BetMGM Sports app on iOS or Android, or visit BetMGM.com. Place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if it loses. If the bet does lose, your bonus bets will be available once the wager is settled. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. And the great thing about this is once we're done drafting, you're going to be able to vote on who had the better team on our Instagram at Just Baseball Show, and I'm going to win.
Okay. Ryan, how are you?
I was just going to say, when we talked about the idea of a draft and then we decided to do equal teams, I was like, I think this is all setting up for Peter to be able to win something. And now I just found out this is a competition. So looking forward to it.
That's the only reason I do this podcast, is to eventually get to draft type episodes so I can win them.
There you go.
So all the other ones are just time buyers?
Yeah, just hanging out.
A quick non-baseball thing for 2 minutes, as vague as possible. On a scale of 1 to 10 in the shit show department, with 10 being the biggest shit show.
Grimace.
No.
Oh.
Zion Williamson and Mariah Mills.
I don't know the full story at all. Did she
And
get
we're
a
not going to
tattoo on
tell
her
the
face?
full story.
Did she get a tattoo on her face of him?
So while being as vague as possible, 1 to 10, give me a rating.
10. It's horrific.
Yeah, this might be the story of the offseason, and Dame Lillard's been floated everywhere. Think, what are we looking at here? 1, 10?
On the Zion story?
On the Zion thing?
I'm just wondering if there's anything new to this. It seems like you're just finding out about this.
Apparently, she's pregnant as of yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. See,
she posted a positive pregnancy test on her Instagram story.
Can Zion just play basketball?
I don't think so.
That's what we like to do with this podcast. We just like to talk about what's on the field and just be on the field.
Wait, Fink, give me a rating here, because I think I'm with Peter. This is a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10 now. I had no idea, I didn't know the latest update. It's been an ongoing story for weeks. What's the next chapter going to be? That's the crazy part.
Yeah. All right. Real quick, 1 to 10 on shit show, the Grimace shake thing. What's going on here? I think 11. Like 7.
It's a disaster on social media. I think that's a 10 too. These are the 2 main stories in life right now. The Mariah Mills
and the air
Zion
quality
thing.
in the Midwest. We're getting the forest fire air in Indy and Chicago right now.
Yeah, that's arguably not as important as what's going on social media. Like, I'm trying to look at, which reliever am I going to draft in the 3rd round? And then all I scroll through on social media is Mariah Mills face tattoos of Zion and disaster TikToks of Grimace milkshakes. And can you imagine the marketing manager over at McDonald's seeing what's going on right now?
They got to be loving it. They have to.
Good one.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk baseball, please.
Okay. So, again, we're going to go AL starters, NL starters, AL relievers, NL relievers. And we're going to go, we could do a random generator, or we could be adults and say, hey, Fink, do you want the first pick? Yes. Okay, Fink, you're picking first. Okay. So we'll do that.
I call last pick.
Okay, so I'll be the middleman. I'll be the bitch for the AL starters. Okay, AL starters. First overall pick. Fink, who should be starting the All-Star game for the American League?
So I was going to say, I'm basically getting to pick the starter right now. I'm excited about this. I thought Framber, I did, but then I had to go with Shane McClanahan. Here's the thing that tipped the scale. It's not just the ERA. I know we don't care about records, but can we when a guy's 11-1? I know the team's awesome, but can we when he's 11-1? I think as a representation of what the American League has been in the first half of the season, where the Rays have been dominant, the fact that he's been an amazing ace, I say he should start the All-Star game.
I would have
love
picked
that.
Shane too. Yeah, he'd be my number one.
Okay, so I am going to go Framber Valdez here. I know he had a little blip on Tuesday in St. Louis, but Framber Valdez has been so ridiculously fun and awesome. So I'm going to take Framber 2 here.
This next one is tough because I'm kind of toiling between a bunch of different options here. But I think that Kevin Gausman has been arguably the most dominant of the guys left. Like, I'm not going to go through them because I know that you guys are probably going to draft him, but he leads all of Major League Baseball in FWAR on the pitcher side. Just had an incredibly dominant outing against the Giants. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays didn't score, but that was a revenge outing. I thought he just looked fantastic. The Blue Jays don't score for him, but that's not his problem. 3.01 ERA. All the peripherals are gorgeous. I think Kevin Gausman is near the top of the American League Cy Young leaderboard, and I would take him number 3.
Okay. You pick again, man. I'm with you. Gausman should have gone in the top 4 or 5. I'm glad that Gausman went here. And I think that start on Tuesday really cemented that. Like, that guy just, again, out of nowhere, ripped off, 12 punchies, 13 strikeouts?
Yeah.
Dude.
Unbelievable. He's been dominant. So with my next pick, I think I'm going to take Garrett Cole.
Okay.
2.78 ERA, 3rd in the American League, but it's the amount of innings, it's tons of strikeouts, it's good enough WAR, it's good peripherals. He's just been dominant, and I think he has been arguably the most important pitcher in the league for their team, because the Yankees, outside of Garrett Cole, have been a trash can, and every 5th day, he gives them a chance to win. Like, we talk about wins, they're not that important, but for the Yankees, to have a guy who's 8-1 and has already had 103 innings. So if you take away his starts, the Yankees are well below a 500 ball club. I think he's arguably been the most valuable pitcher, maybe outside of Kevin Gausman. So I'm going to go Garrett Cole.
Okay. I like that pick. I was going to go Cole 5 if you didn't. Here's where I'm at right here with 5. I was torn between Sonny Gray and Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah.
And I go Eovaldi.
Mm-hmm.
And the big separator here is Nathan Eovaldi has thrown 18 more innings than Sonny Gray. I know that Sonny has a marginally better ERA, but Eovaldi is 9-3, and Sonny's 4-2. Sonny's thrown 87 innings, and Eovaldi is one of 5 or 6 guys over 100 innings so far this year. He's one of 10 over 100 innings so far this year. Eovaldi, for what he's done in Jacob deGrom's absence at the front of that Rangers rotation. And hey, we might talk about John Gray too. I have no idea where we're going to go here, but Eovaldi has been like the clear one in that Rangers rotation. And I think he's been a clear ace for the front half of this year.
And just off the top, before we continue on to the picks, I think it's important to say that when we do our awards at the end of the year, when we do all-star selections, like, peripherals are nice, and we like looking at them.
It's production.
It's production. That's what it is. Like, we can use peripherals to predict future performance. We can say, all right, this guy's been a little bit unlucky, but at the end of the day, the numbers are the numbers, and we're going to go with the guys who have been the most productive and deserve the all-star nod. So we're kind of going back to the originals, and I like going back to the originals.
It's not even original. It's just like, it's the production numbers. Like, it's the numbers that everybody knows. The common baseball fan knows.
But I like calling them the originals.
The OGs. Yeah.
The OGs.
The OG stats. And I really appreciate that Fink mentioned that McClanahan's 11-1 at this point, because like, when you're voting for an all-star starter, like, 11-1 kind of fucking matters. Like, a 20-game winner in Cy Young consideration kind of matters. So I love that, Fink. Your pick at 6.
Well, I think I'm 5 maybe, but I don't know. Regardless, you took my pick for me, Jack. It's Eovaldi. Obviously, it has to be Eovaldi.
Go elsewhere.
I don't have anything else to say. You pretty much said it all already. He has been.
You got to
awesome
pick a new team. You got to pick a new team. Eovaldi's been taken. Who are you picking next?
No. Okay. Well, so for my second pick, let's see here. Well, I'm confused here. Wait, I got lost in this draft. Were you 4?
No, I was. So you got 1. I got 2. Peter got 3 and 4.
Okay.
I got
Came back
5.
to you.
We're
I
snaking,
got lost.
yeah.
I got lost,
Sorry,
man.
we weren't doing
You
fixed
snake with 3
one.
people. It just gets confusing. We should
I
have just started
understand.
straight 1, 2, 3. Okay, so
sorry.
Evaldi's off the board. I'm picking 6. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, why is he saying so much about the guy that I'm about to pick? And now I get it. Okay. I'm gonna go with George Kirby. I'm gonna go with George Kirby, and I'm gonna talk about the fact that he throws nothing but strikes, and the walk rate is insane, and he deserves to be an all-star this year. And I'm gonna try to avoid the embarrassment any further.
Oh yes, bro. I love that pick.
Yeah.
I don't agree, but I love it.
Yeah, I don't agree either, but I love it.
It's kind of mid-3s. Man,
2.67 ERA. Okay.
Kirby
George
is a
Kirby?
2.67?
Dude, just drop me from the Zoom. I can't read. I'm following. I'm
You're
looking
talking
at
Sonny Gray.
I'm taking Sonny Gray, but no, I'm taking George Kirby. Just move on.
Well, you have the next pick too. You have 6 and 7.
Give me Sonny Gray.
Draft
Also.
Sonny Gray. You want
Give me
Sonny Gray
Sonny
too?
Gray also, and
You got
and go to the
Sonny.
next
All right,
pick.
you got Kirby and Sonny.
And tell me
Gray.
when I'm up next, okay?
Okay, it'll be NL starters. You're done. George Kirby and Sonny Gray. What do you got, Peter?
No, aren't you up?
Oh shit!
Tell you.
Just got so derailed. All right, deep breath. We're back. This one's tough. I'm thinking about Luis Castillo with his 2.86. Even after the blow up start, part of me is going to Joe Ryan. Also, can we get out of the way that like Ohtani would have been 1, but we're not picking Ohtani now.
Yeah.
Like
Ohtani will be the DH, so he's exempt from the pitchers, even though he's awesome and he's fast.
So he is fast. You're right. All right. It's not going to be Joe Ryan. Yeah, it's going to be Joe Ryan.
Bad pick.
It could be Castillo, but it's going to be Joe Ryan. I'm just looking at what this cat's done. Joe Ryan has a sub-1 whip in 96 and 2/3 innings. Joe Ryan has 105 punch outs and 15 walks. He got blitzed in Atlanta, which is bad. And part of me wishes
ding dongs. 5 ding dongs
in like 2 innings.
Yeah.
Part of me wishes that I went with Tyler Wells or Luis Castillo, but I'm sticking with my guns and I'm going Joe Ryan.
Yeah, the whole part of me is going with Luis Castillo because I'm just stealing this draft already. I got Garrett Cole. I got Luis Castillo. And who else did I draft?
Kevin Gausman.
Yeah, I've destroyed this draft already. I'm going with Luis Castillo. He's one of the league leaders in strikeouts in the American League, 94 innings, 2.86 ERA. Among starters in the American League, he is 5th in ERA. Yeah, I mean, I got him with the last pick. We did 9 pitchers, 5th in ERA. He's been dominant, top of the rotation for the Mariners. Sure. I got a bunch of guys in the low 3s, high 2s. Win to me. Good job, Peter.
We got to tighten this shit up. Yeah, absolutely abysmal showing from all of us in terms of sheer organization during the AL starters.
Not me. I only had a quick blip of I forgot kind of who's on my team, but other than that, I've been killing it.
No, I forgot when it was my turn to pick. Fink had no idea what he was doing, just in general. So we'll jump to NL starters now, and we're starting from scratch. Deep breath in through the nose.
Are we snaking again? We're snaking again.
Is it too hard for you?
I think it might be. So just let me know where I'm at.
We're snaking again, but here's what we're going to do to simplify things. You're never going to pick back to back.
Oh, okay. Give me second. Okay.
Yep. You're going to get second.
There we
Peter
go.
gets first pick in the National League. You get second. I get 3 and 4.
Okay. I got it now. Let's see if I can follow along this time.
So for my number 1 pick, I'm going to Old Reliable. Give me Clayton Kershaw. 2.55 ERA is coming off a 6-inning, 1-hit performance of the Colorado Rockies in Coors Field, typically where he struggled. He's just doing his thing again, and I would love to see Clayton Kershaw starting for the National League. I'm taking Old Reliable Clayton Kershaw as my number 1 overall pick.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. And here's the thing about Kershaw too, like, it may feel like they'd be willing to throw him a bone because he's Clayton Kershaw, but he doesn't need a bone thrown his way. Like, he's fully deserving of being the starter in the National League, which is really cool.
And I'm taking him. Think?
I'm wondering how many times has he started the All-Star game? But when it comes to who would have been my first pick, it'd be either Kershaw, but since he's off the board, it's the other 10-game winner, Zach Gallen.
Yes.
10-2, one of the best teams in baseball, one of the best stories in baseball, 3.02 ERA. He's been awesome. He's been a clear ace. He deserves the recognition.
I'm not going to do it. I was thinking about doing it, but I'm not going to do it. I was thinking about taking 2 Cubs. I'm not going to take 2 Cubs.
It wouldn't be bad, though, if you did, because they've both been phenomenal.
They have both been phenomenal, but I'm going to go actually a different route and take no Cubs yet.
Wow.
Bryce Elder at 3.
Yeah.
If anybody's deserved an all-star nod this year, like look no further than Bryce fucking Elder.
Leading the National League in ERA at 2.44. I was like, do I pick Clayton Kershaw or Bryce Elder? I'm like, come on. Like
I know. Come on is right. So I'm going with Elder here, and then I have to go with the K King here at 4, and I'm taking Strider.
Yeah.
So Strider, I know that he had those 2 blips, and he's sporting a 3.7 right now, but 146 punch outs in 91 2/3. You're kidding me. You're joking.
It's funny, Strider, we talk about this a lot on the Not Gambling Advice stream. A couple of people, including myself, faded him during this little stretch where his velocity was down, where he's around 96. And then I faded him against the Phillies. And I'm watching the first inning, and it's 99 against Kyle Schwarber. I'm like, shit, lost the bet already. It's been a pitch, and we're done. When his velocity is that high and he's locating the slider like that, he is unbelievable. When he's at his best, he might be the best pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. So I went, instead of 2 Cubs, I went 2 Braves here with Elder and Strider. Think back to you. Does a Cub come off the board?
First thing I just have to say before I get to my Cub selection, 225 and 2/3 innings pitched in Strider's career. How many strikeouts do you think he has?
320.
He broke Doc Gooden's record. You said 225?
225 and 2/3.
320.
Close.
3. I'll go lower. We'll play prices right. I'll go 308.
Peter gets a win. It's 348.
Oh,
300. He's 2 away from 350 career strikeouts.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
Hold on.
I'm not reading that one wrong.
No. So Spencer Strider in his big league career, 225 and 2/3, 348 punch ups. That's 14 Ks per night in his big league career to this point.
That's not really that fair.
Whoa.
Okay. Pretty impressive.
But Bryce Elder was picked before him, and deservedly so.
Welcome to baseball.
So. Oh,
Welcome
man. All right.
To
Which Cub do I pick? Do I get Petty? No. It's Marcus Stroman. It's got to be Marcus Stroman. 102 innings pitched. Justin Steele's at 79 innings pitched. I mean, it's clear who the ace of that team is. Sporting a sub 2.5 ERA, and he did that last year after being injured. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's potentially one of the top trade targets available at the deadline, and he's going to get another bag this offseason.
He is going to get another bag. He might get a bag before the offseason. If
Maybe.
I were a guessing and betting man, I would say Marcus Stroman doesn't get dealt, and he puts pen to paper before the season's over.
As they should. As they should.
It's not like he's old. Like, now's the time. Sign him to another 5-year extension. Give him like Gosman money or Ray money, like Robbie Ray when he signed. Like, oh well, that's going. But
his game's gonna age so well too. It's not like he
knows how to pitch.
It's all about movement. He's gonna be fine for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, I got Peter. I got 2 picks
to
round out my team. God, I'm killing it. Good for me. So I'm gonna go with that Cub. Friend of the program. He's been on the Just Baseball show, and his name is Justin Steele. I know the 79 innings isn't ideal, but in those 79 innings, he has the second or third best ERA in the National League at 2.62. Peripherals are gorgeous. He has 2.4 FWAR in those 79 innings. He's been incredibly productive. Another guy who's 8-2. I think he is the clear next pick. Just what a season. And, I was watching the Cubs game. I think it was against the Phillies where they were interviewing Justin Steele in the dugout. And they were asking me like, hey, are you wondering about the All-Star nod? And Justin Steele just would not say yes. He's like, I just put on my hat and I go to work every day. I just love this guy. I love the way he thinks. I love the way he pitches. He's so much fun every day. He doesn't blow anything by you, but he challenges you within the zone. and it is working incredibly well. The Cubs have a front line too that are just excellent and both deservingly of all-star nods. For my next pick, do I have to pick Michael Wacha? Like, no way do I have to do that. So I'm not gonna, but like, shout out Michael Wacha. Shout out Michael Wacha and his 2.90 ERA. But I'm taking the ground ball king in the National League, and that's Logan Webb. Talk about innings pitched, 105 innings pitched at a 3.16. He's not walking anybody. He's keeping the ball on the ground. When you watch a Logan Webb start, it's either a ground ball or a strikeout. He has just been dominant once again. One of the most consistent pitchers in Major League Baseball. It's year after year after year, low threes, high twos. One of the most dependable pitchers, I think, in the game today. Give me Logan Webb of the Giants, Justin Steele of the Cubs, and Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. Wow.
Think your last starting pitcher pick. Go.
Am I right to assume that Mitch Keller's still on the board?
Mitch Keller's still on the board. Damn it. So now I got to pick Wacha.
Yeah. It has to be Keller for me. You know, there's a lot of other candidates. I'm sure Jack will kind of run through them for the last pick here, the last couple of picks. But to me, Mitch Keller been one of the best stories out of Pittsburgh, and he's probably their all-star, right? Like, I don't know if they're going to get a different all-star.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sawinski before that cold stretch was looking like an all-star. Bednar, spoiler alert, Bednar, but Keller is, Keller's an all-star, man. So I like that pick. I like that you go with Keller. So
pick Michael Wacha.
Yeah, like I have to. But I also don't have to because he's thrown what 80 innings. Michael Wacha, where's he at? That's 80 and 2/3 innings.
He has a 2.9.
He has a 2.9. He's thrown 80 and 2/3. Now, do I go with Wacha, or do I pick Merrill Kelly, who's thrown 95 innings and has a 3.2?
He's on the IL, if that matters to you.
It does, but like not much.
Which stinks for the Diamondbacks. He has been so key for them. That really stinks.
Listen, with how good Gallen's been, great teams have 2.
Yeah.
And Kelly is a 2. And I think we're learning that Arizona's a great team this year. Yeah. All right. Michael Wacha. Damn it.
Hey, shout out Michael Wacha. You're having a great year.
Yeah. Awesome.
It sucks to pick you, if we're being honest.
You're so boring.
It's not good on the graphic. Like, it's not good for clicks.
No, not at all. It's like if we pick Bumgarner, but like Wacha, I'm sure is a more enjoyable human being than Bumgarner.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys just a crazy pick that I actually thought about?
Yeah.
I was thinking Yuri. I know it's crazy. I know it's not a big
even
sample,
crazy.
but I'm like, the numbers are insane. And I kind of feel like a Marlins starter should be on this list, but who else would you pick? It's not Sandy this year. And I was like him or Jesus Luzardo were the two I was looking at.
But like, I'm giving Yuri my vote before Luzardo.
Yeah.
Who else was on your guys' big board? I like that Yuri point. I was really thinking about John Gray. Tyler Wells definitely came up. Blake Snell has been on a literal tear.
Yeah.
You know, Javier has been a little bit disappointing, but the ERA looks good. He's just not striking out nearly as many guys, but I still think he is relatively deserving. Joe Ryan is a good name. I think
Wheeler.
Hunter Brown has been excellent.
Hunter
Any
Brown.
other guys?
Zach Eflin. I think we have to give Eflin some love. Even though he missed some time. I like that you shouted Tyler Wells. Like I'm sad that we didn't mention Tyler Wells. I don't know. David Peterson, Carlos Carrasco.
I'm surprised we got this far before that. Yeah.
Verlander and Scherzer have been good.
Did you see Peterson last night, man? Scoreless.
Shoving against one of the worst offenses I've ever seen against left-handers.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
No, I think we pretty much nailed it. All right, we're going to jump to relievers here, but quick word about So Rare because the league has been so much fun and we're telling you about it again. Just a reminder, like if you want to get a little bit more involved beyond the Just Baseball League, hop into some of these limited competitions and like
fun.
If you do want to spend a teensy bit of money, limited cards and buy low candidates are perfect to jump in on. And we were talking about Detmers, and what does he do? He shoves. Like there are so many young, talented players that you can go grab at reasonable price points. And there are guys that are at unreasonable price points. Like Ellie De La Cruz, you're not going to buy a limited card for Ellie De La Cruz right now, but you can buy a reasonably priced Matt McLain card. That takes me to my next hot take here. And, this may be a conversation next week. I don't know. But when you mentioned you were thinking about Yuri, like Matt McLain has a case to start at short in the National League.
Yeah, he does.
So, like, if that's a guy that I can scoop on So Rare, I'm very interested in that. So again, join our Just Baseball League. But if you want to get a little bit more involved, the limited competition is a very fun and somewhat cheap way to get involved, and that link is in our episode description.
And just for the people, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. But the way I view it, it's like, do I really want to spend money on something? For me, they're investments. It's like buying a stock, right? If you like a really young player and he does well, it's going to go up in price so you can sell him later. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm not just buying and holding and just like, hey, I bought a card.
You're getting flip candidates.
I am flipping guys. Like, that's what I'm doing on So Rare, and it's been so much fun. Like, I bought even Dylan Cease, right? Like, I bought Dylan Cease at his peak shittiness and then sold him. Like, I think I sold him 2 days ago, right? So it's just one of those things. Like, I buy guys when I think they've been horrible, and then I sell guys when they've been much better when the price goes up. Like,
that's a quick $20 bump there, $15 bump.
And and I'm just making money off that. It's like a cool way to do it. Or you can play completely for free in our fantasy baseball league, regardless of how you want to do it. The link is in our description, and it's a free app anyway, so might as well download and just see what you like.
Yep. So, all right, relievers.
I
want to pick first.
Pick first.
I want to pick
second.
I'm going to do it.
Handle third.
I think I can do it. I'll try my best. All right.
All right. Okay. Proud of you, babe. Okay, so let's start with American League relievers. I'm picking first. I'm going to go with Felix Bautista here, and this was actually a very easy first pick for me.
Agreed.
Class A is a 2-3, 38 and a third. Like, Bautista is just next level nasty. 35 appearances for Felix Bautista. He's got 21 saves, 36 and 2/3. This cat has punched out 74 human beings. 74 in 36 and a third, and he's got a 1-2. Give me Felix Bautista.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pick. That was who I was gonna go. With my first pick, I can't believe I'm actually staring at Aroldis Chapman and considering it, but
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but he would probably be third on my big board. I'm looking at two guys. One is the league leader in saves.
Yeah.
But the other guy has been more productive. I'm going to take Emmanuel Clase. 24 saves, 38 innings, one of the league leaders in innings among closers. The strikeouts, though, are just not there. But he's never been a big strikeout guy. He just saws your bat off with 101-mile-an-hour cutters. And he's still pitching well. I'd actually expect better than a 2.35 ERA to this point, but that just goes to show the expectation for a guy like Emmanuel Clase. But he has just been fantastic. And when the Guardians have a lead late, the game is basically over. I'm going to take Emmanuel Clase, but I could be convinced of other picks, but I'm just going to go with the saves leader.
You know how to win like votes. You know what's going to play on Instagram, and having Clase on that graphic is going to play.
Yeah, it's going to play.
Yeah. All right. You got two. Again, we're picking 6. There are 4 spots, but we're each picking 2 guys.
So I'm just closing out my team right here. I just got my 2 picks, and that's it. All
You're
right.
in a good spot. You're in a good spot.
I'm in a good spot. There's just a name that the ERA is so low. You just wonder who's going to take him.
Yep.
Is it the Oriole? Do I take the Oriole?
Yep.
Yeah, I take the Oriole. Cano.
Yeah.
Got to 0.95 ERA, 38 innings pitched. I don't get it, but he's been unbelievable. And then I'll try to get some likes. I'll just throw Chapman in there too. Why not?
Like that. I feel like that's not a good way to get likes. Picking Aroldis Chapman.
That's true. That's true. But he's a big name, and it's just, it doesn't make sense, does it? Is it just the no pressure? How does he all of a sudden come back? And is it something else that's happening in the offseason? I don't know, but the statistical jump is insane.
No, you left the Yankees. Aaron Hicks is awesome. Like, it just is what it is. Like, you get out of New York, and he's amazing again.
It's velo. Like velo is king, and Chapman got velo back. And we can talk about, all of these advanced metrics that we mentioned. We can talk about, the way that you can interpret excellence in pitching when it comes to vertical attack angle or vertical approach angle. And you can talk spin, and you can talk, horizontal movement and all that. But like, he throws 103, and that's just going to play again. Now, Cano doesn't. He throws 96, but this guy has such a unique spin profile. That changeup is next level. He puts it exactly where he wants to every single time, and he kills spin on that so well. So I don't know. I like that you went with two very different relievers.
Yeah, completely.
I agree. Who am I gonna go with next? You know what? Yeah. Give me Yohan Duran.
Yep.
I mean, 1.45 ERA. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 11 saves in 31 innings. He strike out everybody under the sun. He's averaging 102 miles an hour, and he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour splinkers. I don't even know what it is, but whenever I watch him, it's like, is this the best stuff I've ever seen in my life? I mean, it's just crazy watching him pitch. The only problem is, I hope Twins fans can relate. I just don't know what Rocco Baldelli is doing. I would throw him much more. I understand that he probably needs more rest to get to that level of velo, but the way Baldelli has been managing this bullpen leaves me perplexed every single time I turn on a Twins game. But Yohan Duran, when he comes in, the game is just over. Like, the only way you're getting it through is that if you saw off like a weak grounder and the Twins infield doesn't get to it and it's an infield hit. I mean, he's just been otherworldly. 1.45 ERA, but I really was thinking about taking his teammate, but I didn't. Give me Duran.
There are a couple options that I can go with here. And I'm going to pass on Jordan Romano.
He's been good.
I'm going to pass on Kenley Jansen, who's been solid.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
Carlos Estevez.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
Estevez has a sub-2. He's 20 for 20 in his save opportunities. This guy in 33 innings has 41 punch-outs and 16 walks. Opponents are hitting 215 against him. Estevez, I think, is a very unheralded reason why the Angels are in as good a spot as they are right now. And everybody, understandably so, is going to talk about, Ohtani punching out 10 and allowing 1 earned run and hitting 2 homers and a 2-run win. But dude, Ohtani's not going to give you 9 every 5th day. And you got to, win other games that Ohtani doesn't throw. And I think Estevez providing that comfort in the 9th inning for Phil Nevin is massive. So I go with Estevez here.
Yeah. Just to shamelessly plug my own podcast here with Who's Better. Elijah and I did a podcast this week on the Angels, and just this situation there with the fact that they just bought a couple players, making some early trades, and how aggressive they've been with promotions and everything else, and how they're clearly all in on Shohei Ohtani. I wrote an article about it as well. When you look at this wild card race, I just want to ask you guys, you got the Orioles, the Yankees, the Angels, the Blue Jays, and the Astros. Those 5 teams right now are the thick of this race. Do you think that come year end, with the moves they're going to make, with how awesome Ohtani is, but still, are the Angels one of those 3 teams? Because it's a crazy race.
The problem is I got a problem with all of those teams. And at the same time, there's stuff that I love about all of those teams.
It's not even talking about the Mariners.
Yeah.
It's who are far out of it, but could always get back in. I mean, we had a lot of faith in the Mariners this season. The American League wildcard race is nuts. Is my entire point.
It's almost unpredictable. I mean, it is unpredictable. Not almost. I don't have a prediction.
So I will say, yes, I do think that the Angels are in that wild card hunt. And I think that they get one because of how good Estevez has been, because of how good Barria has been. Detmers is turning a corner right now. Patrick Sandoval is gone on a little bit of a dip, but I think Sandoval's a really good pitcher.
Definition is solid. You look at solid picture on Google, Patrick Sandoval pops up.
And again, Tyler Anderson can't get shittier.
Yeah, he might.
I don't think he can. I just don't think so. So that's I say yes. I think that the Angels are a wild card team. All right. Fink, you're gonna lead us off. NL relievers. You get first pick and last pick. I'll go second. Peter, you get 3 and 4. NL relievers. Who's the best one in the National League?
Edwin Diaz, but since he's not there, I got his brother, Alexis Diaz.
At 1. Okay.
How about that? I mean, he's been unbelievable this year. Sub-2 ERA. He's striking out almost 2 batters per inning. They're 15 per 9. And on an amazingly fun team. So,
yep. I'm here for it. Okay. I'm not going Josh Hader, even though Hader should absolutely be picked here. I know Peter's going to go with Doval after this, but I'm going to go David Bednar.
Good.
Bednar, 30 appearances, 30 innings, 15 saves, 34 punch-outs, 3 walks, 34-3 strikeouts to walks. If I get 97 bully ball that doesn't miss the strike zone, I will have him in my all-star bullpen. David Bednar.
Yeah, sure. Good pick. I am going with the man I fell in love with when I laid eyes on him. And that is Camilo Doval of the San Francisco Giants. I coined the nickname the Velociraptor because he kind of looks like one. And it did not catch on in any circles, but it still catches on with me. Camilo Doval is second in all of baseball in saves, actually tied with Jordan Romano. But he's first in the National League, 1.95 ERA, striking out almost 13 guys per 9, 37 innings. Just been exactly what I thought he could be, and then some. Just developed into one of the best closers in Major League Baseball. I knew he had it when he was just throwing these 102-mile-an-hour whiz balls by people with just disgusting secondary stuff. I was like, holy shit, this guy's next up. And even I didn't think he'd be at this point right now, but he has been unbelievable. Give me Camilo Doval, the Giants.
Okay, you have another pick.
I got another pick. You know what? I will take Josh Hader here. 1.26 ERA, 18 saves. He is third in the National League in saves for a Padres team that barely wins anyway. So those saves are actually a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Striking out 13 plus guys per 9. It's just the walks have been terrible. He's walking a bunch of dudes. But then at the end of the day, so is Alexis Diaz, right? Some of these relievers, they just walk guys. But Josh Hader gets it done. It's so cool to see him bounce back from what was a really, really bad first half. But he's still arguably the best left-handed reliever in all of baseball. Give me Josh Hader and give me Camilo Doval. Another win for Peter.
Do I? I know what I'm doing. Fink, shut up. Devin Williams. I have to go Devin. Devin's been awesome, man. And
that's a graphic pick. That's a graphic pick.
That's a total graphic. Here's the thing. The walks are there, just like you're saying. 14 and 26 and 2/3. But he's punched out 35. He's 14 for 15 in the save department. And he's got a 1.69 ERA. I have to. Give me the airbender. Devin Williams is my pick. And Fink, take us home, baby. Who's your second reliever?
Take your
Have
bet.
you seen? Well, you know who I'm taking. But before I get to that, have you seen Daniel Bard's stats?
Unreal.
It's insane. The amount of walks that he's giving up, paired with the strikeouts, 8.77 strikeout per 9, 7.71 walks per 9, and he's still sporting a 1.40 ERA.
Nobody
We're
can
talking
hit him.
about results. I mean, the results are there for Daniel Bard, and he might be their all-star, but another team needs just one all-star because they've been that terrible. And unless Francisco Lindor wins a fan vote over Orlando Arcia, the lone all-star of the New York Mets will be David Robertson.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant pick if I've ever had one.
Yeah, but he's got great calves.
He does have great calves.
He's great calves.
And in like his 40s. I mean, the guy is a marvel.
He's a marvel. All right, should we run through what we picked?
Wait, hold on. We're laughing at Fink. Deservedly so. 1.59 ERA for David Robertson.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
he
has been incredible. That's not just I just want my bet. Like
that's a Billy Epler masterclass.
He was up there for me. Can we go over some guys who just missed? Because I want to shout out Brock Stewart for the Minnesota Twins. It's not in a ton of innings, but he's leading all qualified relievers in ERA at 0.72. This guy has been disgusting. He was like a castaway, goes to the Twins, and has just been otherworldly. Also want to shout out Paul Sewald, who's been excellent. Kenley deserves to be up there. I think Presley has been pretty damn solid. Alex Lang has had some blow-ups, but when he's on, I think he's freaking gross. Evan Phillips of the Dodgers has been fantastic. Who else was I looking at? Clay Holmes, again, of the Yankees has been very good. He's shaky in some starts, but as are all relievers, but the results are there for Clay Holmes. 2.51 ERA, 9 saves for the Yankees, striking out a bunch of guys. Was there anybody else that you guys considered that just missed?
Yeah, Hector Neris with the Astros. Neris has been awesome. Who else? Tim Meza has been really good in Toronto too. But aside from that, not really, because Matt Moore's on the IL right now. I'd say Neris and Meza were the two for me.
Not an all-star, but Shelby Miller sporting a 2.40 ERA with the Dodgers. We all saw that one coming, right?
We absolutely did.
Yeah, like everyone was like, "Oh, they signed him." There was all those kind of peripherals. It's gonna be his year, and they weren't
what
wrong.
everybody thought Syndergaard would do. Shelby Miller's just doing it.
Basically,
they weren't gonna get all of them wrong. No shot.
Okay, so just running through it one more time. AL starters: Shane McClanahan, George Kirby, and Sonny Gray are Finks. Mine are Framber Valdez, Nathan Eovaldi, and Joe Ryan. Peters are Garrett Cole, Kevin Gausman, and Luis Castillo. Did you win, Peter?
For me.
Okay. NL starters. Peter has Kershaw, Justin Steele, and Logan Webb. Fink has Zach Gallen, Marcus Stroman, and Mitch Keller. I have Bryce Elder, Spencer Strider, and Michael Wacha. I give the edge to Fink there.
I would too, actually.
Thank
you lost.
I lost. I for sure lost because fucking Wacha is going to be on that graphic. AL relievers. I had Felix Bautista and Carlos Estevez. Peter had Emmanuel Clase and Yohan Duran. Fink had Yenier Cano and Aroldis Chapman. We know who our audience is. Peter won.
Yeah.
And NL relievers, Fink has Alexis Diaz and David Robertson.
Win.
I have David Bednar and Devin Williams. And Peter has Camilo Doval and Josh Hader. I think I won.
Who did you have again?
I had Bednar and Devin Williams.
You might win that one, but I think I won that one. I won all of them. This was fun, guys. Because what we were going to do, just to unveil the curtain a little bit, we were talking about drafting 8 each. And I was like, well, we're going to be here for 3 hours drafting a bunch of guys who don't even deserve all-star nods. Went through a bunch of different routes, but I think this was a good one. We basically filled out 8 of the pitchers in each league, starting pitchers, and then 4 in the National League. And by doing this, you heard, of course, our honorable mentions. But these are the guys who are most deserving, at least at this point. And all-star voting closes on Thursday, so make sure to get your votes in. But what I will say is Blue Jays, stop voting. Blue Jay fans, stop. Like, we get it, okay? Like, stop. Everyone else, get your votes in. Blue Jays fans, I'm going to ask you to please settle down.
It's just Tyson Shushkowicz 8 times a day. It's a bunch of them.
Like, I think Kevin Biggio is getting votes.
He shouldn't get votes.
I think he's getting votes.
Respectfully,
Santiago Espinal is going to start, probably.
I love Espinal, bro.
Me too, but come on.
All right, give us all the plugs.
Absolutely. So, of course, this show is brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Use code JustBaseball when you download for all of those great bonus bets. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older. Make sure you join our fantasy league, people. If you don't want to spend a dime, I understand, but it's free to join our fantasy league. We're well over now 1,000 members. We appreciate all of you guys joining. And then if you wanted to get into limited competitions, if you know ball, which I know a lot of you do, might as well join in those, and you can flip them. That's what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm spending money to make money, baby. You know, the U.S. economy is through the drain. I might as well use those dollars to make more dollars. And I know you guys are too. And of course, we got a bunch of merch in our merch store now. Tons of new stuff. Even if you don't end up buying anything, let us know in some of the comment sections, whether this be on YouTube or anything like that, what you like, maybe what you don't like, right? Because we're a new growing company. We always like the feedback. So leave us that feedback in a 5-star review, whether that be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We would greatly appreciate it. That's Jack, Ryan, I'm Peter. And with that, thank you, everybody.